You know, this is a disgusting crime, and especially Liv, in fact, we all saw it. Well, I don't know. It really looked disgusting, terrible. And first of all, of course, I offer my condolences to Mr. Kirk's family and all his loved ones. We sympathize and empathize. Especially since he defended these very traditional values. But then Europe will be reborn, but that does not depend on us. By the way, Kirk's supporters in the United States should know that here in Russia there are Americans who are also fighting and are ready to give their lives for this. And they do. But this is, of course, a sign of what has happened. It is a sign of a deep divide in society. As for the tomahawks, they are powerful weapons. They are, however, probably not entirely modern anymore, but powerful and pose a threat. Of course, this will not change the balance on the battlefield at all. No.
Can tomahawks cause us damage? Yes, they can. We will shoot them down. We will improve our air defense system.
Will this damage our relations, where there seem to be some light at the end of the tunnel? Of course it will. How could it not? Yeah? Using tomahawks without the direct involvement of American military personnel is impossible.
This will mean an entirely new, qualitatively new stage of escalation, including in relations between Russia and the United States.
It is often said that the UN system is paralyzed and in crisis. This has become a cliché. Some even claim that it has outlived its usefulness. It should at least be radically reformed. Yes, undoubtedly, there are many problems in the work of the UN. But there is still nothing better than the United Nations. This must also be acknowledged. The problem is not really with the United Nations. Its potential capabilities are very large. The real question is how we ourselves, the so-called united, but now unfortunately disunited nations, use all these capabilities. No doubt that the United Nations faces challenges. Like any organization, it needs to adapt to changing realities today. I won't deny there is currently no consensus on how the world should be organized, on what principles it should be based in the coming years and decades. We have entered a prolonged period of searching, largely moving by feel. The current White House administration states its interests and desires directly. Sometimes, I think you will agree with me, sometimes bluntly, but without any unnecessary hypocrisy. And it is always better to clearly understand what the interlocutor wants, what they are striving for, than to try to guess the real meaning in a series of equivocations, ambiguous and vague hints. We see that today's US administration is guided primarily by the interests of its own country as it understands them. I believe this is a rational approach. But then, excuse me, Russia also reserves the right to be guided by our national interests. One of which, by the way, is the restoration of full format relations with the United States. And no matter the contradictions, if we treat each other with respect, then negotiations, even the toughest and most persistent, will still aim to reach an agreement. And this means that, in the end, mutually acceptable solutions are possible. In any twists and turns, Russia has proven one thing. It was, is, and always will be. Its role in the world is changing. We understand that. But it invariably remains a force without which it is difficult and often impossible to achieve either harmony or balance. This is a proven fact, verified by history, by team. It is a fact that is unconditional, but in today's multipolar world, this harmony, this balance I mentioned can certainly only be achieved through joint collaborative work. And I want to assure you, Russia is ready for such work.